Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. Thank you so very much for stopping on this post. Got some information I'd like to share with you, and then I want to speak with you just for a moment, if I may. Change must come. We're dissatisfied with what's happening around us every day, so change must come. But it will only come by those that care for others. Those that understand that conduct of an individual or a system survives by the power of the public. Change requires that the public make the decision for change as a choice. No one's forcing it on you. It is a decision. The public will strive for the system that does what is the desire of the people. The people's desire is based on how they'd apply the results to themselves. They'd see and understand that as a people, having choices, would choose to have their needs, their wants, and their desires met. They want to live in peace and be prosperous and free and joyous and happy. That you, individually, as well as collectively, could live your dreams. That's what the public would suffer for a lack of anything determined by the people as necessary for fulfilling and satisfying the people. Suffer for nothing that the people have decided is essential that you have access to. Well, this is including, but it's not limited to, food, housing, clothing, education and healthcare, infrastructure, transportation, and access to anything that's made by the hands of man. You've learned the secret to unity of purpose. The aim is to assure that the system works, that no one experience pain or suffering. Are you with me? Why? Because an affirmation has invaded. Ain't that something? That's not affirmation. That's alien. Has invaded. We see such an approach that we have to determine how to access and materialize this ideal. I'll be back to explain that in a moment. I know it's a little bit confusing. Got a little off on the reading. Well, we see the resources used to do anything that humans have introduced. I think what I'll do, because I see that this is going the same way I was going to lead to, and I think I put it to you like this. And this is an expression that I figure that every man or woman or any child or any individual that think they have an understanding of God and God's relationship to people, I think that they should speak out and say what God is saying to them. There's a lot to be learned. We should know. We know the voice of God. Doesn't matter who speaks. We know the voice of God. The voice of God is love. And I would say to anybody that hears my voice, I don't know when Jesus is returning. I don't know when God is going to do what the Bible says God is going to do. I don't know. I just know that we as human beings living on this earth today, I just know that we feel basically about life the same kind of way. We understand that there are some differences that exist, but we also realize that that's based upon our environment. That's based upon what we've been taught. And we've been taught many different things, and we have many different reasons for being taught these different things. And all of those reasons might serve our purpose well, but as far as the collective is concerned, it's sending all of us to pure hell. And so if I had the power, if I had the authority to really do something, I would say amongst you that you're important, that you're special, but every last one of you is special. And you're here on this earth to render a special purpose, and that is human beings living on this earth as if they're in heaven. How you do that? By understanding that there's a power outside of you that is responsible for your being here, and for the continuity of an absence of that which we can't stand, like pain and suffering. We have to operate in a certain kind of way, and that certain kind of way is respecting one another. Respecting one another based upon we know our relationship with the power we can't see, and so that must be the same relationship that others have with the power they can't see. And for us to respect the power they can't see, that we can't see, we must respect that we can see. That's one another. And how do we respect them? By giving them the same respect we want to receive for ourselves. The right to be free, to live in peace, the right to prosper, the right to live and have joy and happiness in our lives, and the right to live our dreams. Yes, and that basically means our needs, wants, and desires being met. There's nothing wrong with that, because that tells me the wonderfulness. All of us would love to experience that in our lives. Every last one of us would love to experience that in our lives, but we are nowhere close to anything like that. But why aren't we? Well, we haven't known. We didn't know everything that we've been taught, exposed to, has taught us something different than that. See, how do you achieve something like that? You achieve it by wanting that. You achieve it by taking back your power and using your power. Start speaking for yourself. Why? Because you are changing your mind. You're looking not at things now that you were trying in the past to take advantage of, but now to see how to smooth it so everybody can flow, like milk and honey, as you might want to call it. So if I'd say one of the main things we have to do, or that needs to be done in order to carry forth a society like that, is reclaiming the resources that came with this earth. That the power that is responsible for this earth is responsible for those resources, and those resources that we use to do the things that we do is because those resources are left here to do just that, to meet our every need. But our every needs and how we deal with that is on us. We can do it in such a way that peace and harmony flows. That means by making everything available to us, but we got to be on a path that leads to us. Otherwise, then you're going to have the things going on, what's going on. Everybody trying to get their cut, and as much of it as they can. And that is their motivation. They're not caring about anything else. But reclaim all of those resources. Give them back to the earth to be used by whomever needs to use them. And we need to use them. So we will continue to use them, doing the things that we have chosen to do, to meet those needs, to meet those services. We would continue to do that, but we change. We do it in such a kind of way that it gives each person, just like you got your careers now, to choose a career that gives you your greatest joy. And that would be your participation in life, doing what you have chosen that gives you your greatest joy. And when you collectively put those things together, you will be creating everything that you, the people, have determined is absolutely essential for you to be satisfied in this life. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. So yes, you won't have any millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires. You might have people doing whatever they were doing when they were millionaires and trillionaires, which seems like might not be that much. But if that's what they get joy out of doing, they'd be doing it. But the thing of it is, we have changed. This is a new system. It is a system whereby we are actually trying to duplicate heaven right here. That's by making sure that your needs and wants are met. That we care for you. That we care for one another. We care for, make sure we get educated in anything that comes out. That education is open to all of us as we might see a need for it. Healthcare. Designed to make sure that don't come here trying to get sick. We got it. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Looking out for one another. And enjoying what you're doing. Enjoying the role that you're playing. Everybody's appreciating one another because they need it to make this a success. That's what I would do. I'd give everything back so everybody can take access to it. Use it. And you who have chosen, and that's all of you, what you love doing, doing it. And what we are creating is as much heaven as we understand it to be. There's no lying, no cheating, no stealing, no hatred, no racism, no bigotry. All you have to do is believe in a power you can't see. Believe that there's something else in control. And don't give any man control over anything that would rob any of us of the joy and happiness of life. We're not settling for it. Now, to me, I wouldn't mind God coming back and say what you do. And I say, this is what I advocated for. But more than that, if you could see it and embrace it, and you make the decision, and your life change. I mean, it really changes because now you're not worried. You're lifted up. Your tomorrow is happening today, and it's fantastic. Why? You are somebody, and you are respected, and you love, and you're not jealous of anybody. Why? Because you're as good as anybody. Nobody's better than you, but you're no better than anyone else. But you're going and having joy. But that's what I would do. I wouldn't have any shame in my game. If I heard somebody was suffering and going through some pain because of decisions that we have made, we'd get on it. We'd find out what's causing it, and we'd fix it. We wouldn't try to put anybody in jail. That is just to remind us that we're missing it a little bit, and we fix it. Why? Because we care. We want to fix it. We want to fix it. Why? Because we're connected. We're connected with God. We're connected with truth. And we give our lives to support truth. Now, what the real God, the one invisible, is going to do, he's already doing it. Or that God is already doing it. Anyway, thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Yes, if I were the Black Jesus, this is what I would be advocating for. I would be advocating bringing peace to all of us. And I wouldn't be just stopping here in the United States. I'm talking about all across the globe where there's suffering, where there's pain, and there's a lack of joy in life. I want the Spirit to take us right there, but not with me running my mouth, not with you running your mouth, but because we fixed our situation right here and we're shining like diamonds. And wherever we go, the bright light is coming. Why? Because we're bringing the truth, liberation. That's what I'm saying. Well, anyway, I'll talk to you later.